If the math says a Roth conversion doesn't make sense, then why do the smartest retirees still convert? They're intentionally breaking the rules because they know something that the calculator does not. And once you also understand it, you'll never look at retirement taxes the same way again. My name is Ryan Janis. I'm a certified financial planner and an IRS enrolled agent. And I run both a tax preparation firm and a retirement planning firm. And after working with hundreds of retirees, I have seen the same pattern over and over again, which is the math is rarely wrong, but it's almost never the whole story. And so in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the math behind what is called the tax equivalency principle. And then I'm going to show you why that math, while technically correct, completely misses the bigger picture. And once you understand this, you'll see why ignoring the math might actually be the smartest decision you make in retirement. So let's start with what the math actually says. The tax equivalency principle is the idea that if your tax rate today is exactly the same as your tax rate in the future, then it does not matter whether you pay taxes now or later. You'll end up with the same amount of after-tax money either way. And so here's what that looks like in real numbers. Let's say you have $100,000 in your traditional IRA, and your tax rate, both now and in the future, is 24%. Option one is that you leave it in your traditional IRA. That $100,000 will grow over time, and let's just say it doubles to $200,000. When you withdraw it, you'll owe 24% in taxes, which is $48,000. That will leave you with $152,000 after tax. Option two is that you convert that $100,000 to a Roth IRA today and pay the 24% tax up front, which is $24,000 in taxes, leaving you with $76,000 in your Roth IRA. Now that money will also double over the same time period and become $152,000. And because it's Roth, there's no tax due when you withdraw it. And so as you could see, either way, you end up with the same $152,000 after taxes. And that is why the math says it doesn't matter. So if the math says a Roth conversion doesn't make sense, why do it anyway? And the reason why is because the purpose of a Roth conversion isn't just to chase the best tax outcome, it's to lock in a known quantity. When you convert, you take something uncertain, your future tax rates, and turn it into something you can control today. You know exactly what the tax cost of the conversion is. You know that those dollars will grow tax-free and they will be withdrawn tax-free. And you know that no matter what Congress or the economy does, that part of your plan is already settled. And so while we're not always able to outsmart the IRS, we can build a plan that will reduce how surprised we can be by them. And that's the whole point. And so let's look at 3 scenarios that could happen after converting from pre-tax to Roth. And so if tax rates go up later on, we win because we locked in today's lower tax rates and avoid paying more tomorrow. Now, if tax rates stay the same, it's still a win for us because while the math might look identical on paper, you've eliminated one of the biggest unknowns in retirement, which is what future tax rates will be. That predictability creates confidence in your income plan, and confidence is what allows you to spend freely and enjoy life in early retirement. And let's say rates fall after we convert. That's okay too, because in that scenario, we've traded a little potential upside for peace of mind and an element of certainty. It's a small price to pay for a plan that's no longer at the mercy of Congress. Your income remains stable, your withdrawals are still tax-free, and you're still living the same lifestyle you envisioned for yourself without worrying about what's happening in Washington. And so having that confidence in early retirement changes everything, because when retirees have less uncertainty about what future taxes will look like, they stop second-guessing every withdrawal they make from their accounts. They spend more freely, they enjoy retirement more, and they stop living in fear of the next tax bill. And the reality is that it's very unlikely that your plan would fall apart as a result of tax rates going down after a conversion. But it could absolutely fall apart if you never convert or under-convert and then tax rates go up. And that risk isn't hypothetical. It's a true risk that we face today. We are living in one of the lowest tax environments in modern history. The top federal tax bracket today is 37%. But back in the 1970s, it was 70%. And in the 1940s, it was over 90%. And meanwhile, the national debt has surpassed $30 trillion, and Social Security and Medicare both need funding. So even if Congress does not want to raise taxes, the math may eventually force their hand. And so let's look at what that could actually mean for you. Let's suppose you have $1 million in your traditional IRA and you plan to withdraw it gradually throughout retirement. At a marginal tax rate of 24%, your lifetime tax bill on that money would be $240,000, leaving you $760,000 after taxes. Now imagine tax rates rise just 10 percentage points from 24% to 34%. Your tax bill then jumps to $340,000. That's $100,000 more to the IRS and $100,000 less for your lifestyle, for your family, and for your independence. And what if rates rise 20 percentage points from 24% to 44%? Your tax bill would now reach $440,000. Nearly half of your account lost to taxes. And at a 30-point increase from 24% to 54%, your total tax cost climbs to $540,000, meaning you'd keep just $460,000 of your original million. And keep in mind, tax increases don't always come from higher tax brackets. It's easy for us to forget that before 2010, retirees with incomes above certain limits were not even allowed to do Roth conversions at all. And if lawmakers ever reintroduce income limits or change eligibility again, the opportunity to convert could disappear overnight. And many retirees also see their effective tax rate rise through thresholds and surcharges that creep in over time, such as Medicare IRMA surcharges, such as the taxation of Social Security benefits, or the net investment income tax, to name a few. And each one would increase their total tax bill without any change in the official tax rates. So while we can't control tax policy, we can control when you recognize income. And that's exactly what a Roth conversion lets us do. Every dollar that we move to Roth today is $1 that's insulated from whatever Congress decides to do next. And even if rates never rise, you've still created predictability, which is immensely valuable. Because in retirement, confidence doesn't come from guessing right, it comes from removing the need to guess at all. So at the end of the day, Roth conversions aren't about chasing perfect math. The real value is in the stability it provides, turning one of the biggest unknowns in retirement into something you can actually plan for. And this is why the most successful retirees aren't the ones who spend time guessing about tax rates. They're the ones who make decisions with the information they have today that give them freedom and peace of mind no matter what happens next. And so if you would like to take control of your taxes and integrate tax-smart planning into your retirement, check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.